Morning, guys. So, it's another Wednesday, which means another. These graphics are terrible, which they are. Today we're doing something a little different. We kind of weren't prepared. Well, we were prepared, but it was more along the lines of it took some inspiration to figure out what we're talking about. Um, I'm joined with Andrew again, like always. He's my co-host, I guess. Uh,
Well, at this point, yeah.
as well as Jason might show up at some point. He's at work currently. He has a job at night. Um, and
He got the job, guys. Don't
he
worry.
said he would just join in the call whenever he gets home. So if you start to hear a monkey chirping in the background, that's him. We also have another animal that is currently. I'll put it in edit this time. But I have my cat on my lap. But if she decides to get involved, she decides to get involved. We are going to
Always
talk
leave new
about,
cats.
and he's also the other cat. We are going to talk a little bit about some game stuff. There's some PlayStation news that we heard about. Andrew knows a little bit more about that than I do because I didn't really look into it.
I don't know a lot more because PlayStation refuses to tell people more.
But tomorrow we should know some more info because tomorrow is Thursday when they are announcing some stuff. I think they're announcing the pre-order pricing, but we'll get into that a little
Pre-order.
more.
I believe they're announcing the actual release date of the console itself.
Nice.
So
Dude, you are shedding everywhere, bro. Oh, and I'm also wearing the shirt I finally got that I talked about last a couple times. I'm wearing this in every podcast now until it eventually either shrinks or tears apart, which even then I might still wear it because I'm not the very smart person. Um, but as I said, we're going to talk a little bit about something differently. Um, this one's hitting a little more towards the heart of Andrew and I. I know in the first one we talked about what Redirected is as a whole. This one, kind of came to me a little randomly. I don't know what it was. I was collecting ghost shells on the moon in Destiny, and it turned into me going, what if we just start talking about like our hopes and dreams? Like, what if we talk about why we're trying to do YouTube and why this platform is being built, as well as Bioluminescence, which is the parent company to Redirected. So that's kind of, it's kind of along the lines of what we talked about in the first one, but with a
getting
little more,
personal up in here.
you learn a little more about us this time. And as I told Andrew earlier, of course, we're going to be, if we ever get anywhere with this and we actually have a following, we're going to have to talk about it again and probably again and again and again. But I think right now, especially because we're starting to see things actually move with things, we're starting to, like this week, like my biggest dream finally got completed. And yeah, the editing was kind of not great and it could have been done faster and more efficiently and done better, and there was a couple cuts here and there that were too late or too soon, or the audio wasn't in sync. But we finally did a multi-view let's play, which is something that has been my thing that I've wanted to do forever, and it came out great, and the video is doing decently. Like, it's actually, stuff is starting to take off. Andrew's putting more out there. Bio finally is 10 away from 100 subs. Like, things are happening. Things are growing. I mean, my channel, like, again, is it's up in the air right now about what's going on that. Eventually stuff will be there, but enough of that. We'll probably talk about that stuff more in depth as we go. But I know Andrew has been trying to do YouTube for a while. Remember, what was it? It's been, what was that, 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago we both got equipment, and we tried to start doing stuff.
Emphasis on tried. We didn't really try much.
Yeah, I did a lot more because I did some Spider-Man Let's Plays. Like, I bought a PlayStation and started doing that stuff. But that's because, like, I forced myself to do it, which kind of killed me.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of hurting me right now from recording my stuff is because I feel like I have to force myself to play the game and I can't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So there's obviously other ways to fix that, and then I just got to figure out how to enjoy the game and record at the same time.
I'm noticing that, like, either tomorrow or next week we'll have the first Halo 3 playthrough, but we did Portal, which came out on Monday, and, like, I don't know about you, but, like, recording that, I forgot we were recording sometimes. Like, we were actually having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like Halo 3 today especially. Oh boy, that was so much fun. I didn't want to stop playing, but we had to.
We could have gone back. We should have gone back.
Yeah. But we have 2 episodes already filmed of that, so those will be in the next few
You'll be
weeks.
hitting your eyeballs soon.
Yeah, those I'm gonna take a little more time on the edits and actually watch them and cut them better. Luckily, they're not like an hour long. They're actually a little like they're 30 minutes. So I think the last one was like 40 minutes or so. But Halo 2, so much easier. Have it again. Halo 2 or 3, so much easier than Halo 2.
I think Halo 2 in total took like 18 to 20 hours.
Probably.
It's crazy.
I have 50 hours in the game now.
It's way too long to spend on one campaign.
I agree. Luckily, Halo 3, it's 11 missions. If it's like 30 minutes each, that's about
6 hours, 7 hours.
yeah, math. But it has. I mean, Halo 3, like playing it, we were joking around because as we were doing some missions, we were like, either we're doing a lot of harder games lately, especially because we've been raiding a lot, or Halo 3 is easier on Legendary than it is on Halo 2, which is true. But Halo 3, we mowed through them.
I feel like we're going to regret saying that when we get to the final mission.
No, the final mission's so easy. It's just driving.
You still got to get to that part, though.
Yeah, but
Getting there is not easy. I remember that.
it's just the flood.
That one hit you.
Yeah, I'll get an energy sword. You're Arbiter. You can do stuff.
Well, I can shoot them with my pew pew pew.
Your
And they'll go like...
okay. Wasn't ready for the cookie.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had that ready for like the past 5 minutes.
So back to the cookie. Not the cookie. Put the cookie down. When your channel when did your channel start?
Talking like technically starting, like actually starting the email stuff.
When you made the channel with intentions of posting, I guess would be what.
Yeah, it's back in like 2011.
2011.
I think it was just the past couple years I've really started to make stuff with it.
Especially this last like 2 months. Like you're putting content out almost daily. There's a couple times where
I miss a few days,
but
it's a lot on my plate.
It's very consistent still, which is great. And with all, I mean, we've started filming everything we do now, which could benefit every channel, our personal channels, and redirect it. So it's pretty good. So you started your channel back in 2011.
That's just an estimate. I don't know when exactly, but it was around that time.
When I had Fingernator, which was my first channel. Well, my second channel. Before I deleted it back in I think like 2011 as well. Me and Kevin did a lot of videos together. Some not so appropriate videos. And then he might come onto a podcast at some point, but Redirected was the brainchild. Well, sorry. Originally it was called Pulse Fiction. It was a little play on words of like pulp. We were trying to come up with channel names because we were going to do a multi-channel network. We were talking about moving in together. Like he lived in I think in Missouri or Minneapolis, something like that. Some M, Michigan maybe. But we talked about buying or renting a house and then like cutting a hole in the wall and putting glass there so we could run our microphones through it and we could actually like sit there and talk without being in a chat all the time. We could just hook our mics up together and play it somehow. But that fell through, and then Pulse Fiction got deleted. Fingernator got deleted. He still does Twitch, I believe. Last time we played with him, we played Sea of Thieves.
We need to play that more of that.
We could play with him. He has on PC. That'd be fun. His mic isn't great, but
whatever. Jason's mic isn't great. It's
yeah.
literally an Xbox headset.
Yeah. Well, no, Kevin's mic's not bad. It's just I don't think it was clipping a lot. That's all I remember.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Man, she feels like thick, bro, my cat. Sorry. But
crossed the line, haven't we?
So what direction do you want to take your channel into though? Like you're doing Let's Plays now and a little bit of funny moments, but like, what would you say your dream or end game is?
My end goal would obviously be the funny moments because I feel like that's where I would specialize most in.
Yeah.
Because everyone does a playthrough. Like, there's so many YouTubers out there who just play through a game. That's easy.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to do it just to have my playthrough out there and to just enjoy showing other people the game. You know, that's really my personal thing. So I'll still post playthroughs whenever I can, but I really wanted to get more into the funny moments area.
I think you doing a mixture of the two though is like better.
It'll work out because I might get like 2 different followings.
Well, if you start editing your regular videos, or if we work it out where you can do 2 funny moments a week while still posting your regular videos, like you'll have what is it? You'll have a regular basis for 2 different mediums, I guess you would say. So like your funny moments will be on a regular basis, so your fans will no. Your fans will get used to that. Where are you going? Hey. Hi. Hi. Okay, she just came to say hello. Here.
Hi, kitty.
No, go that way. Go that way. No, on the desk. Go. No, you're hurting me, cat. I'm sorry. Ah! She attacked me. Where are you? I'm scared. Now I can say.
One white cat. $5 for the return.
So
Actually, no, I'll give you $5 if you take her.
no, it's my baby. So as I was saying, you putting out constant content for both different types of styles is good because like you'll have your funny moments. People know that you're posting regularly, and then they'll watch that, and maybe they'll watch your Let's Plays. But your Let's Plays will reach out to the people that, this and that. Kind of like Redirected, we have the goal of doing Let's Plays too, and hopefully eventually there'll be new games, and maybe we'll do some reviews. Last week you did the Grounded video, which I was really happy with. That was cool. We finally did what we initially talked about. That's why I said earlier we're finally doing the things that we want to be doing. And then we have some other little skits, and what's the other thing? We have some like ideas. Redirect is not just going to be only gaming and linear games. It's going to be dumb content, and
We've got a lot of real life stuff coming,
yeah,
hopefully.
not just the podcasts. But and if I'm talking too much, let me know. Like I feel like I'm asking the questions and then going off of what I'm asking you.
You're the host.
I guess. But so I guess I'll go into the reasoning for me wanting to do Redirected and do stuff. So of course I tried YouTube twice. I deleted the channel because I was an idiot. I really wish I didn't, because there was some great videos that I still remember filming and I still remember editing. I wasn't a great editor. Actually, I think I was better back then. Just because like at the time I was doing the memes and stuff that were actually a thing, whereas now I'm trying to still do the memes that were a thing back in the day, especially when I edit your funny moments. I still think the which one was it? The high ground one was the best one, which I'll post that in the bottom. But what I did was just dumb content, and then for a while on my personal channel I did the same stuff. I did the dumb content, I did the funny moments, and then I did the Spider-Man Let's Play, which took off. Like those videos, some of them have 100 views. And then I tried to do Anthem, which did not take off. And then you and I did Fallout 76, which was just as trash as the game, which sad to say because that game had so much potential.
It probably does now. Like we haven't played it for years.
I have it on here downloaded now because of the Xbox Game Pass, but I just need Live, which hopefully that's free soon. But yeah, and then now the channel, like I said, every now and then I post something. Like I think the latest thing I posted was a live action reveal to both Destiny or Beyond Light and Halo Infinite, which those were cool. Those were fun. You and I have been filming a lot, and I want to use that footage as funny moments on my personal channel. This way there is content, and I don't know. I've been a huge fan of Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter and their Let's Play channel. They do kind of the content that we started doing. The Portal video is, I guess, like a what's the word? Words. It's basically like a thank you, not in a way. Like, there's not a lot of channels that do stuff like that. There's not a lot of multi-channel channels. Like, there's not. There are, but they're not. Like, you'll see a lot of collaborations on one channel of like Wildcat. Wildcat's a perfect example. He does like the Wildcast, which technically is not just his people. Like, they're Vanos' people, and they're their own
not.
people.
They're not
and
Vanos.
they're doing.
Vanos doesn't own them.
He kind of does. He has 21 million.
I'm just gonna buy you guys.
He might
you.
put some money in their pockets, but I don't want to talk about
He gives
that.
them Christmas presents every year.
Oh, I know. He buys them like wine things and some nice shoes and some stuff. But like, we're making a channel that is private, or not private, but separate from our channels, that has its own content, that has its own fan base and its own build, which the other channels that have done that in the past are now obsolete. They're deleted, or they're part of Rooster Teeth, which I have two goals for this channel. One is the dream job, the dream everything for all of us, is that we are contracted under Rooster Teeth one day, that we actually are their cleaner side of their company, that we actually can still be doing the stuff we want to do, the content we want to do, still promote kindness, goodness, and all the things that are, that kids need today. And also promote, some stuff that we do with bio. Bio would also be something that I would love to have in that category. But
I don't know.
Alexa, stop. Stop. But like, that's the dream. But the goal that for ourselves is to eventually have an office, to be able to separate our home lives and not record at home, and actually go to a place that we can do content together on a couch. And a cool idea that Andrew came up with yesterday was buying cookbooks that are game based, and we actually, like, I can cook, so I'll film it, and then we just taste test it together. Like, the Destiny cookbook's a great example, and you want that emblem. But
I'll be the cameraman. I can't cook a thing.
Yeah, but that'd be something that, like, I haven't seen done, so that'd be kind of cool. And it's video game based, so it's still kind of in the formula of pulp culture and stuff. I mean, we could do Star Wars. There's a Star Wars cookbook. There's a World of Warcraft. There's Fallout, Skyrim. There's so many. And take one book, do it in a month. But yeah, just the whole point is to eventually get to a point where this can be all of our dream, all of our jobs, all of our things that we're trying to do personally, but have it as, if our stuff doesn't work out, there's another source for all of us to use, Jason included. Like, it's not just made to be a secondary channel. Like, for me, this is the primary channel other than bio, but those are the two projects that are near and dear to the dream. I sound like Martin Luther King. I have a dream that one day redirected and bioluminescence will be under one roof. But yeah, that's the dream. The hope is to just do this and actually have a fan base. I mean, it's not to get famous. It's not to get money. It's not for all this stuff. It's to make stuff that's actually doing a difference and is enjoyable to make and enjoyable for people to watch. Even if it's ourselves clicking on the video and watching it for one view. I know we do that a lot because...
You're making me cry, dude.
Why are you...
I'm not even joking.
Are you crying just because you're crying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been trying to hold it back for like the past 2 minutes. I don't know why.
Is it just your normal tear thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's when you know how like when you yawn, you start to cry for some reason?
No.
Great. That's a condition.
Can't say I do.
It's a condition.
But Jason, I know when he joins, It's gonna be a little different because he doesn't have a channel. I know he just wants to do something. He just wants to do something that's actually working, which is great. And like he could be great for this. He could be our sound guy. He has ideas. He's artistic, not autistic. But he's just another one of us. Yeah, him and I need to work sometimes on our language because when we're doing stuff private, it's an issue. But like when we start doing stuff recording wise, we know how to kind of turn it off. Kind of. Which
Just a few slips here and there.
yeah, it's weird because like for a while it wasn't an issue, for me at least. It's not an issue for Andrew. He turned that junk off. I mean, I've heard him say one thing or two things when he's like really mad, but that's not the point of this video.
Even those one or two things isn't really.
Yeah,
It's not crazy out of the roof.
we need to come up with our own like forms of anger words. Like if like for me, like
I already have mine. Mine's like food items.
yeah, that's what mine is.
Random
Fudge
thing.
biscuits used to be my thing to replace the F word. Fudge biscuits.
I just call everyone a cheesecake.
Yeah, or
Why not?
or as they shiitake mushrooms.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
I don't know why, but
Because it's so classic.
because it's close enough to the word.
Probably shouldn't use that.
Yeah, I don't use it very often. But no, like, we're all from different backgrounds. Like, I grew up in a Christian home, and then because of that, wanting to get away from that, I started cursing all the time, especially in high school, away from my parents. And then when I did my first channel, oh, dude, my first channel, oh, I'd have to bleep every single word. It'd just be subscribe,
Yeah.
subscribe, 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 subscribe. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, the other thing that really that really sparks it, and like I know when I'm not even talking to you, like I'll say something here and there, but I'll like instantly regret saying it. I'll like punch myself for it. I'm not even joking. But for me, it's mainly what I play, and obviously it's the people we have to play with, because the games we play that require us to play with other people.
Yeah.
So you can't really get away from it.
Yeah.
And especially with what I'm trying to do, these games literally already have the language in it, so it's not like I could just bleep all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like Last of Us right now, I'm recording. It's got a lot of language and a lot of scenes. Obviously, I don't like that. But if I come to like a note I have to read, I'll replace the word with something else, like the F word with fudging. Just something.
What, do you see it and just scream it out when you record?
I just slip it in there.
Because I haven't like edited those yet. I haven't seen that yet.
No, I don't say the word, but I just said like that's one fudging big guy. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
There's some times where I literally have to catch myself because I try and read so quick, but close.
yeah, and that's something we need to watch too, because like, eventually, we're not directly pointing stuff at the child or child market. Like, this is just it's a broad channel. It's a cleaner channel though, hopefully. But like, all of us need to watch how we say things and like what words we're using to replace other words, because eventually kids pick up on that stuff. And then, if they start cursing, like we don't curse in our videos, but they'll say, oh, well, I saw so-and-so saying this word to replace this word. And then we'll start getting blamed for it.
That's a lot of newer age generation stuff too. They hear one thing, they'll think it's okay.
Yeah. You hear 2-year-olds cursing, and it's because they're parents. Like, I mean, when I was 7, I learned what did my grandpa call it? I think he called them booties, but it was actually boobies.
That's not good.
It was actually boobs. At like 7 years old, he said booties, and I'm like, what? Okay. And then but
I hear booties. I think of like baby
shoes. Yeah, me too.
I always think of in the Transformers movie where Sam's mom is just coming out with the booties.
For
It's like, Sam, you forgot your booties.
I just watched that last night.
That's great.
I thought Optimus died at the end, to be honest. I was like, no, he dies at the beginning of the next one. I
He
believe.
dies in all of them.
Does he really? No.
No.
No. It's weird that Megatron's still alive, but
No. Megatron died, didn't he?
he had the
In
Allspark
4?
in the first one. He had the Allspark thrown into his chest, and they dropped him in the water, and then he was still alive. And I was
Yeah,
like,
didn't he die in Age of Extinction?
yes,
Like he finally gone.
he finally gone.
Too many movies.
Yeah, he finally gone.
Like, go away.
Yeah, the show is great. I'm not going to talk about that much, but since we're talking about Transformers, like that show's great.
It's on my list to
That's
watch.
the reason I'm watching the movies again. Is I'm just like, I gotta watch them. There's two that I haven't watched: Bumblebee and Last Night.
Yep.
So, gotta catch up on those two because I
Not
used to like the
missing
series.
entirely much.
The CGI though, I was watching it. I'm like, I didn't realize for a 2007 film, the amount of detail. Like, there's gears moving on Optimus that are just like unnecessary to move when they move. Like, his eyes have these like little things that kind of spin. Or sorry, one of them has something that spins on the side of the head, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the fact that they paid someone to do that, that's just like I appreciate it as a person that's trying to learn visual effects, but like,
it's crazy.
that's like $100. That's like
Like, just-
$2,000 just to do that.
Just detailing one of those Transformers takes not even days, like months.
Oh yeah,
And then to actually put it in a film,
that's
Like-
that's why
that's a lot.
that's why the final fight scene in Black Panther is considered one of the worst CGI battles in cinema history. Like, if you ask someone what the worst fight is in a movie or visual effects fight, they'll say that movie. Like, people know straight off the bat, because if you ever seen it,
I didn't notice it.
I noticed it, and then I noticed it a lot when I started watching people talk about how bad it was. Like, I watch Corridor Crew. They do visual effects artist reacts. They're the guys that actually got me into visual effects. But they did a video on it, and they were showing stuff, and they were showing how it was made. And they said literally the crew made a fight scene that was beautiful, and then like a month before production or before it was launched in theaters, Disney and Marvel both said, "Hey, we want to redo this," and they're like, "But rendering," and they're like, "No, we need it now," and they're like, "But rendering," and so like it was all scrapped and then turned into trash. But it was still cool though. Like, it was a cool idea.
Black Panther is like the whole movie itself probably made up for it.
Oh, the story was the story was great. Like, I personally think that it's one of the better ones. It definitely deserved its $1 billion and all the awards it made, and Grammys and Oscars and Emmys.
I think Michael B. Jordan made a really good bubble wrap.
Michael B. Jordan.
That's what people are calling him.
Like, after that movie, like, I've started getting into all his older stuff. He's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Chadwick Boseman. Like, they're both beyond like bizarre actors. Like, they're great. The bubble wrap.
That's what everyone called him. Look, just look at him.
Just look at him.
You just like poke all of his holes.
And actually, it's weird. Megan Fox, like, she's not as pretty as I remember her being as a 12-year-old back, or however old I was, 2007. I was like, I looked at the movie.
How
I'm
old was that?
she's not as pretty as I thought she was. Like, I used to have a huge crush on her. I'm like,
I'm gonna do math real quick.
no, she's not pretty.
How old was I back then?
Well, how old are you now?
Almost 22.
Okay, so
Was that 13 years ago?
sure.
I was 9 years old.
So I was 2007. Yeah, I was 10. So no, I was 11 because Iron Man came out the next year, and I was like 11 or 12 when that came out.
Iron Man came out in 2008.
And Transformers came out in 2007. So a year later, Iron Man came out. I saw it with my grandma.
Start of what would have been the best movie series ever to hit films.
Which one?
Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
Start of the best series.
Start of the longest series, other than Doctor Who.
Literally looks like it's not gonna end.
Nope.
It's like we're gonna make this big movie. It's gonna be like 3 hours long. You got to sit through it, and we're not even gonna make it end.
Exactly.
There's gonna be a lot more.
I mean, it takes you like, what was it? There's 23 or 24 films now. It takes you about, let's say, 2.5 hours for each movie. You're looking at 2 days almost.
I'm good.
I want
I
to do
still
it
got to
one day.
collect them all.
I want to
They're,
do it one day.
they're almost all on Disney Plus. Almost. I think they're missing like one of them.
Spider-Man. They're starting to add X-Men, which is cool.
They're not going to put Spider-Man.
They might. They're going to buy Sony Watch. There's a whole...
I don't know.
Apparently-
Sony's pretty big.
No, apparently Sony messed up. And Microsoft... whatchamacallit, they're close to being able to buy that or fix the rights or something. What was the other thing? So back to our topic. Yeah, like we started talking to people about this too, the channel. Like we actually had a weird thing come up, which was cool. Like it was our first time kind of talking to people that were trying to know about what this channel is and who we are, and it was awkward at first because like we mentioned filming or editing. I mentioned editing your video, and they're like, "Oh, what do? You do YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "It's this." He goes, "What's the channel?" I said, "You're not gonna be able to find it if you look it up." I said, "I'll send you a link." And then apparently, after I left, you said that the dude said he was gonna watch it or something, but
He's like, I got some videos to watch tonight.
it was like it was. I think that's also why
Cool.
I'm excited right now about Redirected. Is like
Being able to share the idea.
yeah, and it not like be just another channel to people. Like from how like when we described it, we said this is something like we're doing Grounded, where is it okay for my child to play this? Like it's directed towards parents, it's directed towards kids. The format for the videos, there's gonna be one coming out this Friday that's a little different from the first one, and I hope we stay on this version of it. It's probably. I was excited to edit it because the editing came out kind of cool. Like I actually feel like we looked professional for once. It came out professional. And when I was telling him it at first, I was like, it's a kid's channel. I was like, this is probably going to sound embarrassing. And then he's like, oh, cool. He's like, send it. So I sent the link and boom. Interested.
Yeah, there's always that unsure mentality.
Because it's like, I don't know. I guess we're both hard on ourselves. We both think that people don't agree with what we're doing, so like we instantly just turn it off in our minds, which is not something we should do.
That's why I don't really like to play a lot with people who curse a lot or who talk inappropriately. It's like I don't need that.
Yeah.
And I know like in order to really talk with them, I would have to be a part of that. I just don't want to.
Yeah. But like I don't know. Also Redirected finally at like 20 something subs now. We finally crossed the 19 subs mark. It's very, very exciting. Like I actually for once was like, dude, if we get like 20 subs, like I could care less about getting 100 subs. Like to me that's a milestone. A very small milestone in some people's eyes, but like for what the channel is and not seeing it much, like it is something different.
One thing that I know I've said it, and that every big YouTuber will say it, is consistency.
Yeah.
Your videos could be absolutely terrible, but as long as you post stuff consistently, you will eventually get better at what you're doing, and you'll reach a lot more people.
The other thing too, and this is something I read a long time ago, is even if it's the worst, if you as the creator like it, someone else out there is going to like it. even if it's one
Oh, yeah.
person out there. It's just someone else is going to like what you do because they, what made you like it.
It's like all these indie artists who make their own style of music. It's like not a lot of people listen to what is it like?
EDM? No, people do.
See, that's like half the world.
Yeah, nowadays.
It's like this really fast, upbeat. I don't know. For reference, let's say like Indian style of music.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people listen to that. You think, but there's actually a lot more than you.
Oh, dude, that Duke da 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 video has like millions or billions of views.
One catchy melody can get everyone.
It's a meme, but it's a good meme. But
And sometimes all it takes is just one video.
yeah, and even with like consistency, like over the last few weeks, the only thing that's really been consistent on this channel was the podcast. And then like a week later, after we filmed one of my favorite podcasts, which was the last one because it was the first time we did something over an hour, which to me is also another goal, is to do a long
Accomplishment.
podcast. Yeah, which that podcast did pretty well too on its own. A week later, we have 3 days worth of content. Like, and now that content might be consistent, or most likely 2 of it will be. The is this game okay for my kids is a little more. It takes a little longer because it takes some research, takes some playing the game, and it takes some editing.
And depends on what games come out.
Yeah.
When they come out.
Like I don't know what the next one's gonna be.
Next one would. I mean, we can do it on Horizon, but Horizon's technically an older game. We don't have to.
Just do it. I don't. Why not?
Other than Horizon, it would be probably Avengers. So that would be a good one.
That'd be a great one. If we can have that one started before, like that week, like if we can already have, if you can figure out what the rating is and what from what you've seen.
I'm probably gonna play the beta.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Can't wait for
film
that.
the beta, dude.
I would love to.
Then we can post it the week before the game comes out, so parents know. That's the goal, is eventually to have it at a point where it's a little bit of a small goal, and it's kind of like to me, saying it sounds prideful in my opinion, but like the goal is to eventually have game developers send us copies, kind of like they do other people, to review them before they release them. Like that'd be awesome.
Takes a lot of work to get there, though.
It does. I'm seeing it a lot more lately with smaller YouTubers though, but they're still over 100,000.
Everyone is trying to do it, and it's good promotion for the companies to let these people play the game and post it.
Yeah. But your post, by the way, on Facebook also is why I've been kind of excited. When you posted it Uncontrolled, I read it and I was like how you were crying a few minutes ago. I started almost like tearing up. I was like, oh, it's like he's excited too.
Oh yeah.
I was like, hey guys, I'm super excited to talk about this channel, that multi-channel. And I'm like, oh, he knows what it is.
I'm a part of it. I would hope I know what it is.
Yeah. I was like, this is cool. Well, I don't know. Ivan probably doesn't know what bio or redirected is. He just thinks we're gamers.
I mean, we are.
And then in the last podcast him and I did for bio, which if you want to check that out, check it out. He was like, what I don't know if you guys are a part of bio. And I'm like, we are. I'm like, we're like the dumb children you put in the corner. Like,
see, we don't face the corner though. We like look at you like you made a mistake.
we look at you and we tell you we own you. Because we are the papa.
There's a roach in my wall.
I'm safe tonight.
Dear.
Oh, my eye is hurting.
My eyes were crying earlier, so don't worry.
I just got a headache. What the heck?
I get one of those every day.
I haven't gotten my one like that.
I always carry Advil with me.
Well, I don't think Jason's joining, but I know we wanted if he does still join,
You can have him say bye.
Yeah. Well, no, he can talk about his kind of goals. But what other things like are you hoping for with your channel? Like, what would you say? Let's do short term goals. Like, what would your short term goal for your channel be? Like within this year?
Short term goal. By the end of this year, I definitely want to finish a couple of games. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
personally, I don't really care too much about subscribers or viewers because I know eventually, if I keep going, those will come. So I'm not too worried about that. But I would like to have like a certain set of videos out by the end of the year.
Yeah. I would say
That's really all I'm worried about. And then maybe like a collaboration, not like a collaboration, but like a mix up of like all the best. Because you do all the thumbnails, so I was thinking like you can put together like a whole video of all the thumbnails, something different.
just the thumbnails.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Well,
Because most of the videos are just playthroughs, so it's not very funny moments.
Well, I'm sure like if I sat there when I edit your stuff, if I actually like watched the videos, I'm sure I could find funny moments, take notes, and then like at the end of the year do a funny moments. Like a complete funny moments, even of the gameplay stuff. Make it even funnier, find ways to make it dumb.
It just takes a lot of time to make that.
Yeah, I mean those videos you normally see are
days.
2 hours. Like
I mean, this one, considering how late in the year it started, it would probably be like 30 minutes.
you're
40
at
minutes,
you're at 56 subscribers, I believe, 57.
somewhere around there.
I would say short term, like for my channel too, like maybe we both get to 60. I mean, a small number, but
All right, make another Google account.
Google. Oh my gosh, no. My goal for Redirected is 50 by the end of the year. 50 subscribers.
What are we at now?
23. I mean, we just started putting content out there, and we went from 12.
Could happen.
So, Bio
That's a possibility.
this year went from 54 to now almost being 100. Like, and we don't post content on that as often. We've only just now started putting content out there, and it's already growing to almost 100. We're almost at the point that I can change the URL. That's all I've been waiting for.
I need to change mine. My URL is like my old channel name.
You gotta get to 100 subs.
Well, that's my goal then.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say my goal I think would be 100 subs for everything right now. Like I don't care what we have to do. I'll sell my soul to YouTube.
I wouldn't do that.
No, maybe.
YouTube's a dangerous place, man.
Yeah, but they make money. We could buy food.
YouTube doesn't make the money. You make the money.
Food.
The creator makes the money.
Food.
Then they give it to YouTube.
Food.
Then they give you like 10% back.
Food.
They're not Machinima.
Food.
What do you want
Machinima sucked.
What do you want from food?
Machinima was the worst company I joined.
Machinima.
No, my first channel, like I told Andrew before, was with Machinima, and like I think one time I was monetized, and I made like $100 in like a month, and they gave me like $10 or 10 cents or something like that, something really small and bad.
It's back when it was a lot easier to get partnered.
Oh yeah, I barely had any subs. I had more views than I had subs, which is a thing we have right now too.
Well, pretty much every YouTuber is going to have more views than subs.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of people are just going to look at the video and not subscribe.
Or watch the video and re-watch the video over and over again. I've watched Rooster Teeth stuff 15 times. I've watched Vanoss's stuff like 15 times. Like, it's just, I don't know. I've rewatched some of our stuff 15 times.
I wouldn't do that.
Views.
I can't. It's hard for me to watch myself.
I watch myself all the time in the mirror. And on TikTok.
Do you like it?
No. Speaking of TikTok, TikTok's still going to be around. It was supposed to be banned by Trump this week.
You heard he couldn't go through with it.
No, you know who? You know why? Because someone came out of nowhere, Bill Gates, and was like, "I'm just gonna purchase the American servers so we can keep doing it." And now there's $1 billion put into TikTok to pay its creators. TikTok is now a place you can have a job. They bought the whole thing for
TikTok is an official company now.
Yeah, it was already official, but they bought it for like $7 billion from China.
It's from Bill Gates now. It is official.
It's part of Microsoft. They got rid of Mixer and have TikTok now. No, actually, from what I understand, Microsoft now owns or is partnered with Facebook Gaming, their live thing they have.
Yeah, I thought about doing that for a while when I wanted to do streaming too, but I just didn't think it was going to work out. I think in the long run, YouTube was going to be better.
It's weird because like I don't want to like live stream on Facebook and have people watch me that I know like right away. Like,
well, I think you can make your own gaming profile on there.
yeah, but I know, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
Are you afraid of some family members seeing?
A little bit. Not really. Just like, no. Just, I don't know.
There's a few people on my list that wouldn't want to watch my videos.
I think people would probably click on it to see what the heck I'm doing. But I don't know. But I think we're kind of, until Jason joins, if he does join, we'll ask him the questions that we asked at the beginning. But I did want to talk a little bit about the PlayStation stuff because there's a couple things other than the pricing and the reveal of the release date that we learned too.
Yes, tomorrow they're going to be revealing the release date, the price, exactly what's going to be included.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they mentioned it, but I think they're going to talk more about that. And I think they're going to show off a couple more games, have more exclusives. I don't know.
Yeah, because I
don't know exactly.
They were left in the dust by Microsoft with that game reveal.
PlayStation announced like 20 games.
Xbox announced like an hour long of video.
It was over 30 exclusive games.
Yeah.
Like just for Xbox.
Yeah. Fable.
Yeah. I don't know if Fable got the exact review that they were hoping for, though.
They only showed a little bit. That was the problem. If they showed some gameplay, I think people would be like flipping out. I told Ivan about it. Ivan was all excited about it.
The last real good Fable game was 3, and that was 2008.
Yeah, that was
a while ago.
That was around the time I bought an Xbox.
2008, 2007. That was the beginning of 360.
Yeah.
Oh, no. With Halo.
No, it came out. I had
360 came in late 2007. Mm-hmm. Released with Halo 3 as a launch.
Of course. Still the best game. Probably the best launch title.
Oh, yeah.
Other than Halo 1.
Well, I don't think Halo 1 was a launch.
It was a Kickstarter. PlayStation.
Really wish I played them. So I had the original Xbox, but I just didn't play those types of games.
PlayStation had a lot more kiddie related stuff, like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
That was more their style.
Yeah,
I think they were mainly focused around the
younger generation.
That sort of fan base. Yeah, Xbox was geared more towards young adults.
Yeah. There was
now it's kind of flipped around, but
oh, you know what I would play if something that we could do on this channel too is like, I know you've talked about it, is playing the retro games. But Jason joined. But it'd be kind of, is he talking? It takes him a second. It'd be kind of cool to do like the old games that were like kid related on the older consoles. So like I would love to go back and play Jak and Daxter and record it. or go back and play. What's another one we could play? Sly Cooper. Have you ever played Sly Cooper?
No.
Dude, I'm buying it and we're playing it. Sly Cooper, like, sets apart games back in the day. It's the raccoon.
He's not a raccoon.
He was a raccoon. His girlfriend was a fox.
You are correct. I am simply exhausted. No, he was in fact a raccoon. She was the fox.
And then there was the turtle, the hippo, and that was it. But those games were like incredible. Those games are so much fun. I still like the stories to them were really cool, and they always incorporated something new in each game. Like, it was the same basis, but like it was all about finding the Book of Thieves or something that the parents passed down through generations. So like they went to different locations around the world, finding this book that was stolen from his family when he was a kid. And so like he goes to different places, and that he finds out that someone has the book, and then as soon as he gets to the end, the book is somewhere else. And then like some
We're
characters,
sorry, Sly. Your book is in a different castle.
basically, yeah. And like some of the characters come back, and like it had that Jack and Dexter feel too. It was a very open world, jumping puzzle mechanic based game. But there was one, I forget which one it was. They made one recently.
Some of the later ones, I only played the one, and it was one of the later ones, which was much more Jack and Dexter, Spyro kind of semi-open area, not open world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was good. It was really good. It was a little kiddish at times, but it was really good.
They remastered them for the PlayStation 3, I believe. So if we can get our hands on a PlayStation 4 copy, because it's backward compatible, I would be 100% down to film that for Redirected. Like, that would
Or
be...
just buy a PS3.
Why?
I think I have an old PS3 sitting around that
Would love to
might
eventually
be
buy all-
functional.
Buy every console.
But we could do the couch thing too, where like we maybe just take turns too. We could just sit on the couch and play, and if someone dies, we give the controller to someone else.
Be like, we're kids again.
But it'd be fun, like couch play, kids play. But it'd be fun because like it's a game that some kids are never going to experience. That were our games as kids. Like for me, when I was a kid, my parents for some reason let me play Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis. We're not going to record that, but
What? Come on!
Sly Cooper.
We don't need footage of finishing moves.
No.
People
they're worse, they're worse
ripped
than the
out.
newer one.
There's the new Crash Bandicoot. I know Jason would love to probably play some of the older ones. We can
Yeah.
record that.
No.
Wait,
You know what I want?
Remastered ones.
I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot Twin Sanity, the second racing game they did, where you got to morph your cart with other people. That was insane.
We could do those. That'd be cool. I already told Ivan that we want to start filming stuff upstairs on the couch we have at Bio's offices. We could literally just sit there, have a camera on us on a green screen wall, which is easy to do because we have the green screen cloth. Put a TV in front of us and record it. I would love to do that. If someone dies, we give the controller to someone else, or if it's a racing game, we just play the party game together. Maybe hook up 3 TVs if we have to.
LAN party.
But no, Sly Cooper. I'm gonna go find Sly Cooper, and I'm doing this with that. I just
Amazon.
got so
Or-
excited.
Worst comes to worst, go eBay.
I'm just gonna buy the remastered.
Yeah, but still fish around for some prices.
Well, I'm sure I can find it online on the PlayStation Store. I just gotta be able to use my PlayStation.
I have mine, if anything.
Bring both.
It literally just sits here.
You
Like
bought,
after I finish on my playthrough stuff, I'm not.
did you buy a
really
Pro?
interested. No, I have the Slim. I still want to get the Pro, but
No, that'd be cool. So we were talking about PlayStation, Jason, and the fact that this week tomorrow, Thursday, they're posting the pricing for the release and the release date of the PlayStation 5. But we got done talking with the main thing, which was the goals for ourselves, what we see in the future, what we see Bio and Redirected being as a whole, and our personal channels too. Which I know you haven't started one yet, but
I'm just happy to be here, Bob.
it's exactly what I think I said earlier. Was like basically Jason's just kind of he can do a lot of different things.
I'm a jack of all trades and by no means a master of any.
And he just
Nice
wants
to see you back, man.
wants to be here, and he can be our sound guy.
I just want to do stuff, and that's where I was with bio and that's one of the big reasons I left. Everybody was just getting in their own way. Everybody was so worried about making it some specific thing or another. We had how many different meetings, how many different refurbishing meetings did we have where if you didn't come, you weren't part of the group anymore. We need to find a structure. We need to find the exact thing that we're going to do. And it changed 20,000 times. And yes, structure is important. And we'll use these podcasts as an example. To a certain degree, I've kind of nicked at the fact that we don't always stay on point. And it's okay to wander back and forth. If we set a hard point that we're talking about, we need to spend maybe a majority of the time talking about that. But it's going to change. It's going to evolve. Not every podcast is going to be on the same kind of thing. Like this isn't a podcast about the games that we do. This is us. This is the same programming. It's the same people, but it's about something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to do stuff. I'm just tired of running in place.
That's the
I'm
other thing
tired
too.
of being tethered to somebody else's anxiety. I've got enough of my own anxiety to hold me back.
Well, that's the other thing I think I mentioned earlier was like Jason is very much the kind of guy that like you can rely on him at the point like if something's actually kind of working, but it's also something he's interested in, he's on board. Like he'll be there. If you want to make dog tags and like these and you see them selling, like Jason will be in the backyard with you cutting those dog tags.
Let's go.
Like, and like, yeah, you joined at the perfect time too, because like we were talking about playing the old games, and I know you were showing me last time I was at your house. You were showing me all the Crash Bandicoot, the racing game. You were like sitting in there just watching him play the whole game.
That was I think it's called Twinsanity. It's something like that. Hold on.
Twinsanity was the 2004 PS2 one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. It was so good. It was the better of the two racing games.
Oh,
And
and
then they
that
have the nitro fueled ones, the newer one.
that kind of plays into what I was saying.
That's just the same thing. It's just the refab of the old one, of the original.
That's what I was saying earlier, though. Like, I just thought about it. Like, that is the reason for one day Redirected being at a point that it could have its own office. Is like we can leave, we can have specific consoles, maybe even the older stuff sitting there, and like we just go into a room and we film, and then we have our own little rooms that we film privately in, and we film.
So that's what, like my old consoles, my One X and the PS4.
Something else.
Like when I get the new ones, these are just gonna literally sit under my TV. I'm not really even gonna use them, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we can just bring them there, hook it up there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bring my Switch there because I don't use that any other time, and if I want to take it home, just take it home. Buy another dock.
That dog is like $50.
That's not bad. They sell docks that are cheaper, like smaller actually.
Tag team.
There's like there's one, I don't trust it, but there's one that's like this big. It's like a USB.
It's $20.
I don't trust it, but
I do.
That's pretty cool if they could put a dock that small.
I read some reviews on it. They were saying that it's literally has nothing to do with the dock. Like you're paying for the name Nintendo. Like you saw my controller. You bought one, I think, too. It's a better controller and it's an off-brand one.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch's thing, all it is a USB-C to HDMI, which I can buy a cable for my phone and do the same thing. You can buy the cable and do the same thing with your dock. You don't need a dock. You can just get a cable that does that and do it. The dock charges it, though. I don't know if I think that's the other thing the other dock does is it charges it at the same time, too.
Yeah.
But having the cable would just use your battery and, port it HDMI. But
when you're going to charge it, just plug it up to a wall port.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's kind of like that. Now there's another goal is to eventually just have an office that we can go to and film these dumb older game videos that are cool. I want to play Jack and Dexter.
I still, and I have always. Okay, I want a facility
What?
because I don't like you know me. I don't want things to just be these gaming things. Yeah, it's nice to have that area where we can do specific types of editing and little LAN parties and stuff like that. But I want what was his last name? Rob. Big and Rob. Rob and Big, whichever way they put their names. Deerdick. You guys know who I'm talking about?
No.
Maybe.
Fantasy Factory.
Names.
No.
So back in my day, actually a little bit before my day, these guys, there's people like Bam Margera, Rob Deerdick, that just they had these facilities, these old warehouses that they just fill with whatever they wanted. Most of them were skateboarders, so like half of the warehouse, you'd be able to walk through it and you had all your stuff in there, but then you'd also be walking in the middle of a roadway and somebody would just come down a half pipe to your right and swing through off to the one side. But I want filming areas as well.
Oh yeah.
What's that group that you and I watch, Dennis? The editors that do the Nerf gunfights and
Yeah.
all of that.
Corridor Digital.
Yeah. Like I want to start there, where you've got like an area and you do your work in that area, and then you've also got some storage room and some filming space and all of that to the side, and then I just want to go from there until we have a warehouse full of whatever in godforsaken limited sanity we decide that we want to have to mess around with
I
and
could do
make
some Nerf battles.
just ridiculous stuff.
That'd be cool.
We could do some GoPro Nerf battles.
Nerf battles, paintball, airsoft.
I wouldn't do paintball. or
Paintball's
airsoft.
fun. I'll do
Paintball.
paintball over
I'll be
airsoft.
honest with you. I'm a soft person when it comes to that. I would probably
You're-
die.
You are.
Paintball is not as bad as you think.
That's
Nerf
okay.
though,
Learn to snipe.
yeah, Nerf will be
I
fun.
don't snipe in games, so
Yeah, I've started sniping today in Destiny. Now, oh my goodness, oof! I became a good player.
I love to snipe. That's like 80% of what I do in games. Is I'll be half a field away, and
I'm not sniping and stealth.
I'm not
It's
the
not for me.
fastest sniper though.
Those sniping and well, I'm not great at sniping anymore, but those sniping and stealth have always been like my two go-tos. Now I'm more of the village idiot that runs through the streets with the gun, going basically. But we're doing raids a lot lately too, especially after doing the harder raid today. Like I'm more trying to be organized and think it before I do it.
I'm becoming a warlock. Oh,
Just do it.
I'm not a Titan that eats crayons though. But I'm no longer being a Hannah Baker.
I got him head out.
Who?
We
What?
we did a raid. You know 13 Reasons Why? The show?
Yeah, I never watched it.
So the girl that killed herself was Hannah Baker, and we were doing a raid yesterday, the garden raid, the more recent one. And this there's these things called supplicants that are harpies that chase you and blow up when they are in your vicinity. And I was like, "Oh no, the harpies! They're gonna, or the supplicants! They're gonna kill me! They're gonna kill me!" And someone goes, "Uh oh, he's about to be Hannah Bakered," and I'm like, because they're suicide bombers. I'm like, He's like, I said, well, how do I get them not to blow up? And he goes, just tell them you're Bryce Walker. And I'm like,
Ooh.
The entire lobby just straight up laughed for a good 5-6 minutes.
And I said it when we did something else earlier today, and the dude was we finished the raid with another group, and they were losing it as well. They're like, never gonna forget that.
Did I record that raid?
I think
I don't think I
did
recorded
not.
that session.
The only thing I recorded today was when we played Halo 3.
No, I did record that session because we failed it and we stopped. I got all that. That's
Okay.
somewhere in my vault.
So we should edit that one.
We should not.
Yeah, we can clean it up.
It's free. You got to count on how many times we said Hannah Baker then, because it was a good 30 or 40 times after that.
Be great. But just have her little head come in, like different pictures of her, including like the girl from Cursed.
It's like, what? Watch out for the Hannah Bakers.
We talked about that in the first podcast we did. Hannah Baker.
I have one question.
Okay.
Is she related to the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
I don't know.
Because she's a baker. Well,
Let me look it up.
Sometimes I do that just to see how long it takes Dennis to get what's going on.
yeah.
Is Hannah Baker
No.
related to the Muffin Man?
He's actually Googling. I'm gonna see what comes up now. I gotta do it too.
The Muffin Man is a traditional nursery rhyme, children's song, or children's game of English. It literally just gave me the Wikipedia for the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
That's not fair. Is Hannah Baker alive in 13 Reasons Why?
In
Well,
our
she
hearts.
died by suicide before the events of the show.
In our hearts. In our hearts.
She felt she needed to end her life, and who she held responsible.
All 13 people, including her dad and mom.
I was about to say, if you didn't say that, it wouldn't be 13, because some of them had double.
Yeah. Clay just didn't make a move to become a boyfriend.
I think they really just wanted to use the number 13.
No, it actually was pretty cool.
It made sense.
Like, it wasn't just... Like, they could have used 17. Like, it could have just been 17 Reasons Why, and it would have been fine. But 13 was cool. The guy that wrote the book originally, like...
That book was written years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the whole reason the show is made possible, because Selena brought it up. Selena Gomez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's the executive producer.
Did you know that Steven Spielberg was an executive producer for Transformers? I thought it was just Michael Bay. No,
For a
Steven
lot of
Spielberg was
movies.
apparently involved in all of them, or most of them. The Michael Bay
How about
versions.
live action ones?
Yeah, with Michael Bay. I was like, that's awesome. But it makes sense now, because in my brain right now, I'm seeing Steven Spielberg talking about how amazing the IMAX things that Michael Bay was doing. Because Michael Bay, like, made IMAX. How
I love Michael Bay, but no,
his lens flares, bro.
I'm good with. He's done too much. He's had his time. His time is over. We're done.
He did too many things where, like, there's like this scene that I think is in the second one too, when Sam's standing over Optimus trying to give him back his life, or third one, whatever one that is, and like it's the same scene in every one of them where him and Megan Fox are laying on the ground, and it's super bright, like the sunset
that's
setting.
the first and second, especially in the second one with him in the sand and the sunset.
Exactly, you see the scene too. I saw the same scene in the first movie too. I'm like,
the first one, he had the Allspark.
yeah, and they were like laying, and they just got blown up by was it Starscream? They got blown up by the helicopter.
That's not Starscream.
No, but I could have.
What was Annihilator?
Blackjack? Annihilator.
Or was Annihilator? No, Annihilator was. I don't remember anymore.
My favorite scene though is when
It's been a long time.
Debs or Bone Crusher is like roller skating towards Optimus Prime. Like, I'll never forget that scene, and I've seen how they filmed it, because the VFX artist guys, the Corridor crew, actually showed their reaction to it at one point.
What is going on?
Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Don't you mean the baker?
Set, man.
Yeah, the way they killed Bone Crusher was so good.
Yeah, that I was like, in my mind though, when I was watching it last night, I was like, you know, Optimus Prime was so excited to finally kill someone again.
I watched the first one and got partway through the third one and then didn't care.
Did you not watch them all?
No.
Can we like come over there and watch them together? No. I have them all.
No.
You got to watch Bumblebee at least. You'll like Bumblebee.
I heard Bumblebee's good.
You'll like Bumblebee.
Jason, I watched sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Bumblebee is right before the events of the first movie.
I watched. So the reason I'm watching Transformers now is I finished the Netflix show that Rooster Teeth did. I have to say, phenomenal job, like storytelling, and like watching it again, like looking at the detail and the animation and stuff. Even I showed it to Ivan. Ivan was like, "What episode did we get to?" Because he's like, "I want to finish that show." He goes, He was like, "It's great." He goes, "It's so close to the original story back in the '80s," and I'm like, "Glad you liked it." He's like, "I gotta watch it," and then like we were talking about the lighting and the animation. We're like, this looks good. Like they even did on Megatron. It looked like they took a wire brush and like detailed his metal. Like it was good.
They might have.
It looked beautiful, and then the storytelling was beautiful, and like it just, I can't wait for the next season.
They haven't announced anything, have they?
No, but it's only 6 episodes. It's only 6 episodes and they're 30 minutes long. It's like, what?
It's on my watch list, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's the animation's better than Genlock.
I only just realized that the second season of Umbrella Academy came out, and I've been watching that instead of anything else.
I still gotta watch the first season.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it, man.
I was talking to Ivan about it because he says the same thing, and I was like,
it's a slow beginning, but once you get into it, it gets really interesting.
it's just, it's not. So the reasoning for me not watching it is not because I've read the comic, but it's because it's too close to Doom Patrol. Like the boys is a cool. It's not. It doesn't take itself. It takes itself more serious than it does anything. But Doom Patrol doesn't take itself serious. And like the first episode of Umbrella Academy felt too much like that.
Well, they might have taken a lot away from that, but I don't know who any of those are, and haven't seen comics for any of these until I watched the show.
Well, Ivan did tell me though that second season, like he goes, you probably would like it. So I'm gonna watch it at some point. It's on my list.
There
know.
was a couple of discrepancies so far in the second season where I'm like, well, what are you doing this for when this happened before, and now you're like, what the hell? What are you doing? What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I do know they recast a character for the second season, right?
Who?
The monkey.
Didn't they recast someone?
They got a new monkey.
I don't. Not that I've noticed.
They have a new monkey.
I don't know. I watched the trailer for it, and I'm like,
It's his cousin.
I just don't think it would hold up as much as the first one did.
No, I heard it held up better.
Yeah.
It's good. It's hard to compare the two of them, and like I haven't finished it yet. I'm also watching it at work, so there's like bits and pieces where I'll get a call and I'll have to go do something, and I'll get cut off, and that kind of throws off your perception of what's happening in a show. But I mean,
first season has Hannah Baker's mom in it, by the way.
I'm watching the show. Is like her midlife crisis? Is that where she went after?
No, she's the apocalypse woman. You know who I'm talking about, Jason?
She started going around killing everyone.
Yeah.
No. Whatever. I don't do. It's been last year since I watched it.
Chica, what are you
But
doing?
it was like it was when the kid, it was like 30 or something. I don't know. He's
not a kid.
He's a kid. He's not a kid, but he's a kid.
He's a lot more than 30.
He's old.
That's 5.
He's old. But yeah.
Are you talking about the handler? The lady that hired him to begin with, that works for. She pretty much runs the whole weird organization that he ends up working for.
Probably, yeah. I it's been so long since I watched it. I don't remember.
Well, we can do a watch marathon together. We could do it. We could do it, or well, I guess we could technically do it on here. But I was gonna say what?
No, Discord's not gonna let you.
I was gonna say not Jason. Austin and I used to on Xbox count down when we would start a movie.
Start the movie
and start it together at the same time.
Pause it. You start a countdown to pause the movie.
Yeah, we used to watch horror movies because they loved the way I would react to horror movies. Like I would just say dumb stuff while it's happening, and so we.
You mean like the entire beginning of last podcast?
Basically, yeah. I would just.
You know, he did another one today.
Yeah, but it was. I tried to hide it underneath, like closing my mouth, and it still came out loud. And it was like 5 minutes in, same as last time.
No, last time it was almost instantly. It was like it was part of the intro last time.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It was the intro. The last one was great, by the way.
It's also part of the promo you put on TikTok, which I saw.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. That has 150 views on TikTok.
Well, maybe they'll find the podcast. Welcome. This is insane.
Actually, this podcast did pretty good. Actually, the last one we did. Sorry,
Podcast.
That's why I was telling Andrew. So last week we released the Grounded video that Andrew did. The Is This Okay for Kids? And then this week we released Portal on Monday, which was finally the format of doing two.
I still need to play the Portal games.
You need to watch it. You need to watch the video, dude. It's not the story.
I avoid Portal content because I've never played the games, and they're like, they seem to be a style of game that I'd be interested in, but because I've never gotten around to actually playing them, I didn't want to spoil anything.
It's not really.
It's not the story. It's just
much of a
multiplayer.
story.
It's they basically just added some extra puzzles for people to play with a friend.
It's like a small story about the two robots, but it's nothing related to
the main story with what's her name is we're not filming that. But we did Halo. You can watch the Halo one just to see what I'm talking about. That's going to be hopefully this week or next week. And then Friday, we're doing another Is This Okay for Kids? And this one's formatted a little differently. Like, it's actually formatted with some stuff at the beginning. That comes out Friday. So we're doing 3 videos a week right now.
You guys have still got to get on Satisfactory with me.
Yeah. That's another video in the week we can do. But well, one thing, and that it's cool that you mentioned what you mentioned, because like that's exactly what I was telling Andrew was my goal was to eventually have an office like place that we can actually just go to and keep our stuff separate from our house life, because
Mentioning TikTok, I have a new dream when it comes to that.
Oh boy.
I saw somebody on TikTok, this little group that have an ex-military nuclear fallout bunker. That it's a decommissioned bunker that they, I guess, bought.
I've seen that.
That's my new goal. Like, warehouse, that's great. No, I want an underground warehouse where we can do crazy things.
Can we put like a vault number on the front of the door?
Yes.
Have the mailbox with like a little Pip Boy.
We'll do a vault door.
Be so
Probably
cool.
not. That's
People,
a lot
if we
of
ever
money.
if we actually got to a point, we could have people come inside and like they'd be like, "Man, you guys take your gaming stuff seriously." Yes.
Gaming? What are you talking about?
This isn't a game. These graphics are real. They're really terrible. But no, you and I seem like we have the same goal. Same with Andrew.
Do stuff. That's the only goal. There's stuff over there. Let's do it.
Yes. But I told Andrew, I'm like, lately I've been super, like this last week, having the content, having the podcast last week be over an hour long. Like this one's already at an hour, 20 minutes. And like...
Yeah, but I've only been here for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but the fact that we kept it that long waiting for you too, like we didn't stop talking. We still found things to talk about. Like now we're at the point where we're actually getting comfortable, which is a big step in the right direction. Our channel, you don't know this because I haven't talked to you in like a week, but our channel's at past 20 subs finally. We started at like 16 subs last week, so like going up to 20 is like pretty cool in my opinion.
That is great, but it's also kind of funny just to go, woohoo, 20.
I'm excited about that. It's a little milestone. And then bio is at 90.
It's absolutely important, but it is slightly amusing.
And then bio is at 90 now, so we're only 10 away from 100 on that channel, which is great. Our videos are becoming longer. We're actually doing the content we've been wanting to do, and now we're talking... Oh, another idea you didn't hear about, and I've already mentioned this earlier, is there is and you might love this. So this will work with us filming stuff on the couch and stuff like that. Is Andrew and I were watching... So you know the Destiny cookbook?
I know of it. I haven't really looked into it at all.
There is like hundreds of gaming cookbooks. There's a Fallout cookbook. There's an Overwatch cookbook. There's a WoW cookbook. There's a Skyrim cookbook. We talked about filming it at the church.
I am all down for that. I'm all kind of down for getting into that kitchen and making.
Like I gotta order my I'm gonna go ahead and order the ring and the shirt this week. So I think I might go ahead and put the cookbook in there.
But he mentioned that we could like even if it's just me cooking the stuff, like record the cooking process we saw someone doing a video kind of on it, but they only did like one meal. You do a drink because they have some cool drinks in there. You do a meal and you do a dessert. So you could do a 3-course meal. There's probably enough stuff in there that we could do a video a week. And do like a cooking thing for a whole month. So we do one book a month. Take all the interesting stuff we think would be cool, and then like we all eat it together. We do a taste test thing.
I wouldn't structure it that hard. I would just I would go as far as to just pick up the book and flip it in the air and see what page it lands on.
Well, we can do that stuff, but like
yeah, but just to take a bunch of the books, collect all of those books that we can with the different recipes and everything.
I'll collect them all. I'm not even gonna lie.
The ingredients though is the only thing I'm thinking of is expensive.
Yeah.
Potentially.
No, like we saw the Destiny one, dude. You have to literally zest your oranges.
It's gonna be like $80-$90 for one meal.
Yeah, for a full
Doubt that.
Luckily, I have the stuff, and if we have to, the worst comes to worst, we use the webcam. We take the mics from the church. We film it in my kitchen because my kitchen looks a little nicer, and I have my stuff here to cook. Just tell Senior and Manny to
use the webcam. We can get access to much better cameras with a couple of phone calls.
Yeah, another thing is that I'm not really into food.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like picky.
He'd just be the guy that taste test it, and then you and I finish it and devour it.
Well, I am 280 pounds of 6'2", way too into food.
We'll get you 40 pounds.
Well, the stuff looked pretty healthy. Like it wasn't too bad looking. Like there was some like roasted duck thing I saw that like you literally put some stuff inside the duck and it looked fantastic. Like we're talking like Julia Child stuff.
And then there's like good burgers and stuff like that. What did I miss?
You missed the inside of my brain. It's okay. It's not somewhere you want to be. I just had an image in my head of myself dressed as Julia Childs, and essentially it looked like a bearded Mrs. Doubtfire. And
okay, well, now you've made this comment. You are being dressed as Julia Child.
I will absolutely put on a, what is that, 50s, 60s-ish style dress and a floral floral apron.
Do it for the content. Do it for the views.
I'll do it for the laugh. I don't care how many people laugh. As long as one person laughs, I'm down.
Well, the cool thing, too, is like we can actually we can make the videos look cool, too. Like while we're talking and eating and stuff, like we could be maybe doing a little bit of gameplay while the food's in the oven. Like maybe we could do our little dumb like car salesman stuff, show it off in there, and then eventually post the full thing later. But like
make a real life version, then like animate it.
Yeah. We could go outside and do like are you looking for a car, and then go smack Jason's car, and then like his like bumper falls off or something, and then like
this bad boy right here.
This bad boy right here will get you to 0 to 50, and then you might have to stall it a little bit, but don't worry, you'll be going faster in a heartbeat.
Can literally get some pool noodles. Just do the wacky inflatable.
Wacky waving arm flailing inflatable tube man. Wacky waving arm flailing inflatable tube man.
But like we could also take some of our stuff. Like I could bring the Destiny Ghost and Hawthorne and put her like on the
all
stovetop.
The inflated costumes we have with the T-Rexes and the Baymaxes. Why is there not a readily accessible wacky waving arm flailing inflatable tube man costume?
Cause you could probably just buy one and put it over your body and walk around.
You probably could.
It's just a fan. Just have a battery pack.
You
might be blowing up your legs a little bit, but
wacky inflatable man costume.
I'm Googling it now.
If you guys find it, someone has to buy it.
Dude,
no, it's terrible. It looks like
save an image and send it to me.
That kid show. What's the name of that kid show?
That's exactly. Oh my god.
Gimbo.
No, not Gumby. Not Gumby.
It's like Go Go.
The other one, the newer one. That's like. Yeah.
It's like Go Go something.
The Wiggles.
The Wiggles, yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
No.
I can't
That's
see
what I
this.
thought.
I don't see any of this.
Hold on, I'll send it to you.
I was gonna say just send it to me and I'll put it in the podcast so people, the viewers that are watching, can see. If we ever, if we ever get this into if we ever get this into an audio version, you won't know what we're talking about. But I'm excited.
That's okay.
Like we've been like, and that's why I'm excited too. Is like we're actually coming up with some like ideas that I haven't seen, and I do a lot of, I personally like I do a lot of research on this stuff, and like the structuring part is because like I think some stuff needs to be, but like doing a cooking thing would be kind of cool, and it's gaming related still, and we could even do some there was some Star Wars cookbook. There's one, Jason, that I know you will want to be in. It's a cookbook that I found, and it showed up randomly on my Amazon list, and I was like, I'm buying this.
He cracked up.
Take a
instantly.
guess. Hello?
I have no idea.
Firefly cookbook.
Ooh.
And it's got some of the stuff that was in the show.
It's Yo Gabba Gabba that I'm thinking about, by the way. The costume
what
looks
I
like the
found.
red thing from Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh no.
That's what I found.
But no. I
Look in the other chat.
the boys.
Yeah, that's exactly what I found. It looks like the main character from Yo Gabba Gabba without all
What
the
is
weird skin
that?
bumps.
Dude, look, you can see the dude's head in there. He's like, hey.
It makes it so
Oh,
much.
man.
But what
Different
makes it even worse, though, is that you can tell that the face in the costume has been superimposed onto the image. Like, that's not even a picture of that face in that costume. Why would you do that?
Well, why not? I'm going to do something like that. We'll put your face in there, Jason.
It's not
What?
right.
No, when I saw that cookbook, though, I was like, Jason's going to be in this episode if we do this.
Oh,
It's a Firefly cookbook. I'm like, I don't know what we're cooking, but we're cooking.
I love Firefly
I'll definitely buy the cookbook though. The Destiny one.
so much.
Yeah.
Oh, we have it at Walmart.
So
Look at that.
we're making the spicy ramen and the Gajalo doodles. There's one episode's going to be those because I really have seen those and I want to make them. And then there's a drink. There's a drink, Jason. So there's a weapon in Destiny. It's exotic. It's an older hand cannon. It's called the Sunshot. And as long as
You
it's
got
not,
killed by it today.
as long as it's not, he got destroyed by it.
I haven't seen it for years, but it just comes back.
As long as it's non-alcoholic, we'll make it. We'll make the Sunshot. It's literally a shot. I hope
Wait, it's probably alcoholic.
It's probably alcoholic.
yeah, but it'd be cool. To,
If you guys want to try that,
I'm good. I mean, maybe later, but it'd be
good.
it'd be fun. Well, there was like he made like some other drink that was like looked like chocolate milk, chalky milk. The
Who
Star
did?
Wars one, the guy we were watching. Remember that video I watched, the Evan guy that did the Oryx raid or the Crota raid that you and I watched, Jason?
No.
No, I was live streaming the whole old Crota raid to you in Discord a couple of weeks
Right.
ago.
No, I do remember that now.
He made a video of him. He goes, "I bought the cookbook, so you don't have to."
Yeah, the other reason I want that book is for the emblem.
There's an
You
emblem in the book that he
You get
really
a
wants.
really nice emblem. It's like red and black. It's nice.
Yeah,
You got a pretty emblem.
that's a pretty emblem on you, boy.
I won't use it, but I want it.
That's a pretty emblem you got there, boy.
Word for word story of 80% of what he has sitting on his shelves.
The shelves.
The ones that
Sorry.
are falling
Top
apart.
of his desk.
Oh, I use 80% of that.
That picks up in the mic. I'm sorry.
I use 10% of that.
Did you just rip one and hope that nobody heard it? You'd have been better off not saying it. It wasn't audible. But the words that followed it clearly implied what happened.
It's not right.
I'm sorry.
That's right. Do you know how many times I'm on the phone with somebody in the truck, and I'll just absolutely rip one and hope that the speaker didn't pick it up or the microphone didn't pick it up.
It's okay. At least it's not as bad as the burp last week, dude. I had to like rewatch that clip sometimes just to see like I wasn't even like trying to burp. It literally just came out when I was to talk, and it was like. I was like, I can't. But, and then I think I was trying to explain it to someone. I think I could explain it to Ivan in the car, and I literally did it in the car again. And I was
There
like,
will be people questioning whether or not you have some odd form of Tourette's.
maybe
I heard that one.
I do like a lot.
Did you just soil yourself?
No,
Maybe.
my pants are okay.
That's all I heard when you said maybe. Was the name of that very large man played by the same guy that plays everybody else in those movies?
Mark Wahlberg. No,
We're not talking about what the movies are.
Mike Myers. Yeah,
Yeah,
Austin
no.
Powers.
No. Well, it's just the mention of that name is dirty.
Isn't enough. Yeah, but no,
Of course,
this,
he doesn't play Shrek, so
I think this was Shrek is not for kids though. Really isn't.
it really isn't.
Like when the old, I think it was Shrek 2, when they're storming the castle, and like the lady that works at the tavern comes out, and she's like Cinderella's stepsister, shows her legs, and was like, "Come and get it, boys!" And I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Oh my gosh!" And then she comes out and punches him in the face. I was like, "What? What is this movie?" It's like I love it.
Great.
Back then, what was for kids
Was for
didn't
No,
adults.
no, no, no. No, it's not back then. We have mentioned Yo Gabba Gabba. It's not back then. It's period forever and always. People will always put terrible things in children's shows because children don't understand what's going on.
They understand later on.
And that's why it's kind of important. Like, it is terrible in the way some of them do it, but there is something to be said about acclimation, about exposing them to something that they don't understand, but won't question before it comes time for them to question.
I don't understand a lot of things.
I'm just happy to be here, Bob.
No, yeah. I'm my brain's dying.
Yeah, it's like
That sounds like a terrible, debilitating disease.
Well, I know that, well, you've been here for about, you came in at 55 minutes, so yeah, you've been here for about 40, so,
Really? Has it been that long?
yeah, 40 with you, without you, and 40 with you. It's literally like a perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I do kind of like, but also kind of not like the fact that I just kind of stepped into everything. Like, I was on when I already had my headset and everything set up when you said, oh, he just came on, but I wasn't going to interrupt what you were saying.
Yeah.
And then we never did a, hey, welcome to the podcast kind of, we just kept rolling with everything that was already happening, and I just kind of stepped in.
I think
It's
it
like,
flowed
yeah,
well, though.
it's like these old games. By the way, Jason's here. All right, no, these old things. Like,
Yeah, but it kind of flowed well, because like we included you at some point too. Like we instantly said, "Oh yeah," and Jason, I know he'll like this, but we could do Crash, and then like, and then we asked you the question from the beginning.
It's like I was here the whole time and just quietly stalking you guys from
Yeah.
the corner.
You guys don't know, but he was here the whole time. We just didn't like that. The dude you heard was actually him. That was me unmute deafening him in Discord.
You were right the
I'm
first
so
time
hard.
you were muting.
Well, I can deafen, like it could be like this.
No, I need to be heard.
I deafened him, but it's not working. Wait,
I
does he
need to
hear us, Jason?
Would deafening mean taking away my hearing or taking away the hearing of others in regards to me?
Jason? Jason?
I think it means I can't hear you because I see you laughing, but I don't hear you laughing. You You've taken away my
This
sense.
this is funny because I can hear both of you.
I didn't deafen you, Andrew.
I know you didn't.
I could hear
but
Jason too. I could just hear him going, hello.
I wasn't going hello.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like this, though, what I just did to Andrew.
How? How? How?
He has no idea what's happening.
But then I could do stuff like this, too.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
you
He
don't know
also
what's
can't see my video, so he has no idea that I'm even talking.
I'm not deafening myself. That was a mistake. It
Why
went
not?
But I think we've reached the point where we're just goofing off now.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, we
Having fun
did
with
kind
this
of. We didn't have
That is my dream.
yeah,
That is my goal.
just to goof off or to deafen myself. You want to go deaf? I mean, you could do that.
If you wanna
do
deafen
audio
yourself,
different.
Not particularly, no.
I mean, I'm gonna go deaf sooner or
I'm
later.
lucky that the big things that I've done in my life haven't actually deafened me.
Yeah, yeah. I think I have hearing problems right now, but that's on another note.
I have
no,
problems.
I
My
have
goal
vision
in
problems. We could do.
My goal in life is to goof off and hope that other people enjoy it.
Well, as I told Andrew earlier, as long as you enjoy it, someone else out there will.
YouTube.
If you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life because they're probably not hiring in that field.
Probably.
So you're probably still gonna work.
Yeah. Oh,
It just might not seem like you're working. It might not feel like it.
oh yeah. Yeah.
But
But
nah.
I think this is a good place to wrap it up though before we start going even dumber. Since we managed to make this one stay on point on a couple points actually and do pretty good.
I do think we should come back to it at some point where I can be here from the start and we can really get into some of the things, touch back on what you guys have already been on.
Yeah.
We can probably continue this to next week's and
Yeah, we can bring it up. You know, maybe not stay in depth on it, but bring it up again. Sure, some new things will come to light for both of us, all three of us.
And then in November, things will go beyond light.
Yeah, and then you're gonna see a lot of
too cheesy.
you're gonna see a lot of Destiny content on my
Who's
channel.
booing him? Don't suppress him.
Booing or bullying?
Boo.
I've been having both happening to me.
I bullied him a lot in Portal and Halo.
The game itself bullied me today.
Yeah, in Destiny, right?
It'll build character.
Yeah. Today was fun though.
Don't remind me of building. I'll do this morning.
But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. So again, thank you guys for clicking the video. If you made it to this point somehow,
Thanks for clicking the bait, y'all.
and if you have some Nerf guns or some cookbooks from games, and you want to donate or
We
pass them
don't
along,
have a PO box yet, but
Oh.
if you guys have a bunch of random stuff that you want to send in our direction,
I will give you my address.
comment. We'll find a way to contact
No, actually,
you.
I'll probably have it sent
Set
to.
up some kind of mailing.
I can have it sent to the church. That technically is kind of like a PO box.
If
I am
anyone
all-
you know is in desperate need of selling a Nerf gun,
If you
Let us
are a
know.
loved one have a Nerf gun that need to go to a group of people that really need it, or a cookbook from a game, if you want to give us a Destiny cookbook,
would
That's great.
gladly like. To
I
take
feel
you
like
around.
I'm asking
It doesn't
less.
even have to be from a game.
Well, I feel like I'm asking less right now because Ivan literally looked at the camera when we filmed the last bio podcast and was like, "If you have a car, Dennis is in need of it. So if you want to, sell it or donate it or whatever," and I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
that's not the way to do that.
I'm like, nah, it's not wrong, but
If you have a YouTube channel that has 2 million subscribers and you want to sell it,
if
we will
you
gladly-
want to come on this video too, like if Kevin, if you're watching to this point,
If you have $10 billion just laying around,
$1
guys,
All right. this got out of hand. If you or a loved one want to come onto the podcast, let me know.
Point is, stick around, contact us if you've got something neat. We're people. We're here. We'll figure some stuff out.
We should have a business email. If not, we
it's
have
redirected gaming channel at Gmail.
It'll be in the bio, or we might put it on the screen if our editor decides to work that hard.
just like
Sure.
No, just
Exactly how that works.
Yeah. Literally. Jeez.
That needs to go on a t-shirt.
Just start emailing
A
you?
lot of things need to go in a t-shirt.
Just put everything on t-shirts.
Just put
everything
a
we
t-shirt on a
say.
t-shirt.
Yeah, can we just put up like a
Just put a
PNG
t-shirt
image of
on
a
a t-shirt.
t-shirt?
No.
Wonder if anyone else has done that.
T-shirt on a
What?
t-shirt.
If people
But-
have put t-shirts on t-shirts,
Yeah.
pretty sure Ice-T did that.
No, I think he just put an iced tea bottle on a t-shirt.
I looked up t-shirt.
I'm pretty sure that was the wrong name.
I got a picture
Was
of
it a
Decker.
different Ice? Who was the guy that did Pimp My Ride? It was Ice-T, right?
I don't even know. I didn't even know that was a thing until you just said it.
What have I looked up?
I mean, I know it was a thing. I just didn't think it was actually real.
What have I found? I'm scared.
I think it was
Oh
Ice-T.
my goodness.
Yeah, it was Ice-T.
Oh my goodness. Look what I have found.
What?
Now,
If I can unfocus.
it's a t-shirt on a t-shirt.
It's literally a t-shirt on a
Wait,
t-shirt.
where?
Hanging on the front of a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's sewn to the front of a t-shirt.
Yeah, but can we just put a PNG image of a t-shirt on a t-shirt?
I can make it happen.
Or you can just go the straight up Gen Z way and put the word t-shirt on a t-shirt.
How about a t-shirt on top of a t-shirt?
All right, this has
On a
gone.
t-shirt.
This has gone way in the opposite direction. So I'm gonna say thank you again, and we will see you all in the next one.
And if you want to buy a t-shirt on a t-shirt on a t-shirt, just remember to click the
Yeah.
button.
I guess it was a nice tea.
Bye, guys.
Bye!